Dogs don't understand death the way we do, but they understand absence in ways that science is only beginning to comprehend. Medical workers who've witnessed what happens when someone passes at home with their dog present have documented something that will break and heal your heart at once. For the first 72 hours after you're gone, your dog goes through stages of searching that reveal how deeply they're connected to you. In the first hours, they pace between all your favorite spots in the house. Not randomly, but in the exact pattern you moved through your home. They're tracing your energy, following a map only they can see. By the second day, they begin to sleep on your clothing, pressing their face into items that carry your strongest scent. Their sense of smell is so precise that they're drawing comfort from the microscopic skin cells you left behind. They're literally holding onto pieces of you. Most heartbreaking is what hospice nurses call the door vigil. Your dog will start sitting by the door you most often entered through, not just for minutes, but for hours, as if time has lost all meaning to them. Remarkably, they often refuse food from others during this time, unless it's offered from your favorite chair or your side of the bed. They're not just missing you. They're preserving the ritual of connection you shared. The most profound observation comes from families who recorded their dogs during this time. Many report their dogs softly whimpering in a tone they've never made before or since. What some animal behaviorists believe is a specific vocalization reserved only for the deepest grief. But by the third day, something shifts. While they don't stop missing you, they begin to transfer their protective instincts to your closest loved ones, often sleeping beside whoever is grieving you most deeply. It's as if they understand their new purpose, to care for those you would have cared for. Maybe this is why so many cultures believe dogs can see between worlds, because their love doesn't recognize the boundary between presence and absence, between life and what comes after. A dog will love you at your absolute worst. When you haven't showered, when you failed completely, when everyone else has walked away. A dog forgives instantly. The moment after you've yelled at them, the second after you've ignored their needs, the minute after you've been unfair. A dog celebrates your existence, not your achievements, not your appearance, not your bank account. The purest souls on this planet were given to the most flawed species. We created a world of judgment. They offer only acceptance. We built systems of conditions. They know only unconditional. We measure worth by production. They measure it by presence. Look at how many dogs are abandoned each year. Look at how many suffer in shelters while waiting for homes. Look at how many are abused by the very hands that should protect them. And yet, they still trust us. They still hope for us. They still believe in us. Some humans have awakened to the sacred responsibility of caring for these divine souls. These conscious guardians understand that a dog's love isn't an entitlement, it's a privilege. Others see dogs as possessions, accessories, or burdens to be discarded when inconvenient. They take without giving, demand without appreciating, leave without thinking twice. Dogs don't make the distinction. They offer their hearts to both. Perhaps that's the most heartbreaking truth of all. So no, as a species, we haven't earned their devotion. But those who recognize the honor of a dog's love, those who match their loyalty with protection, their trust with care, they're trying to be worthy every day. Which kind of human are you?
In their final moments, dogs aren't thinking about the pain. They aren't thinking about the sickness. They're thinking about one thing. Where are you? Vets say the truth. Few people are ready to hear. Dogs who pass alone feel confusion, not peace. They search the room, desperate, wondering why the person they loved most isn't there. But when you stay, everything changes. Their heart slows. Their breathing softens. Their eyes lock onto yours. And in that gaze, they say, "Thank you for staying." A vet once said it best. Dogs don't want peace when they're dying. They just want you. They stayed through every heartbreak, every lonely night, every sickness, every failure. They never left you. For as long as humans have walked this earth, dogs have walked beside us. Isn't it only right that we walk them home too?
Man's best friend. They call them that for a reason. But those words don't even come close. A dog is more than a friend. They're the quiet presence on your worst days. The warm eyes when the world feels cold. The gentle nudge when you can't get out of bed. The wagging tail that reminds you life is still good. They don't ask for much, just to be near you, to walk by your side, to love you with everything they have, every single day. Dogs don't know betrayal. They don't understand busy. They don't care what you look like, how much you earn, or what kind of day you had. To them, you are everything. You are home. You are their whole world. And when they leave, because they always leave too soon, they don't take that love with them. They leave it right there in your heart, in the empty space by the door, in the quiet corners where their paws once echoed. A dog's love never dies. It becomes part of you. It's the reason you smile when you see another wagging tail. The reason you still whisper their name when no one's around. Because man's best friend isn't just a phrase. It's a promise, a bond, a love so pure it changes you forever. If you've ever loved a dog, you know. And if you've ever lost one, you know this too. They never really leave. They just wait for us, on the other side of the door.
They say it's just a dog. But your brain disagrees, your nervous system disagrees, your soul screams otherwise. Because when you lose a deeply bonded animal, your brain reacts the same way as if you lost a child. That's not exaggeration. That's MRI scans. That's neuroscience. But here's the most painful part. With pets, the grief goes deeper. Why? Because animals access a part of your brain humans rarely reach. The part built for unconditional love. No judgment, no expectations. Just presence, just peace. Just, you are enough. When they die, your body doesn't just miss them. It enters love withdrawal. Heart rate shifts, sleep breaks. You flinch at silence. Your hand still reaches for the leash. And no one prepares you for it. Because society doesn't grieve what it doesn't understand. But if you felt your dog see your soul, you know. This isn't just grief. It's a severed bond between energy fields. It's the collapse of emotional safety. You're not too sensitive. You're not weak. You're just someone who's experienced a level of love that science is only beginning to explain. Did you know that when dogs feel death approaching, they often try to leave your side? Not because they don't love you, but because they do. Veterinarians and grieving families have seen it again and again. Dogs crawl under beds, hide in closets, drag their tired bodies to quiet corners. Not to die alone, but to protect you from watching them go. It's instinct, ancient, the same one wolves carry. Don't let the pack see you fall. Don't bring the pain to the ones you love. Even in their last moments, they think of you first. Many people come home to find their dog curled in silence, in some hidden place, still trying to shield their favorite human from the heartbreak. That's what makes their loss so unbearable. They didn't just leave. They tried to make it easier for us. God really did bless dogs, with a love so pure that even their final breath was an act of protection. Scientists studying canine vision discovered something that explains why your dog stares at you with such intensity. They're seeing something the human eye cannot detect. Your dog doesn't just see your physical form. They see your energy field, the emotional aura that surrounds you, invisible to human perception, but crystal clear to them. This isn't mysticism. It's biology. Dogs have specialized cells in their retinas that detect subtle electromagnetic changes that human eyes simply cannot process. When you're sad, but forcing a smile, humans might be fooled. Your dog never is. They're literally seeing the energy of your sadness radiating from you, like a color only they can perceive. Most astonishing is what happens when dogs look at dying humans. Hospice workers report that dogs will often stare intently at a specific area around a person's head in their final hours, as if watching something slowly separating from the body. What if your dog doesn't just love you? What if they see the actual essence of you, the soul that exists beyond your flesh? Think about how your dog looks at you when you're at your lowest. Not with judgment or disappointment, but with the same pure love as when you're at your best. That's because they're not seeing your temporary state. They're seeing your permanent essence.
I didn't realize it then, but I'd already started saying goodbye. It was in the way I lingered when I said goodnight, the way I kissed his head a little longer, the way I whispered, "I love you," like I was afraid he might forget. He wasn't sick. He wasn't old, but something in me just knew. I started memorizing the sound of his paws on the floor. I paid attention to how he sighed when he laid down. I stopped getting frustrated when he barked at shadows, because deep inside I knew one day there would be silence. People talk about that one day, when you say goodbye for real. But no one warns you about the quiet goodbyes you say every day without knowing. The ones where your heart starts to prepare long before your mind is ready. So I stayed close, held him tighter, and tried to freeze every ordinary moment in time, because I knew one day I'd miss even the things I once took for granted. And when that day finally comes, I won't say goodbye with regret. I'll say it with gratitude, because he gave me a kind of love this world rarely knows.
Your dog isn't acting weird. They're detecting something science just confirmed. Dogs smell violence before it happens. 2024 study tracking over 10,000 dogs found they avoid houses months before violent incidents occur. The accuracy rate? 94%. What your dog detects that you can't? Stress hormones building to dangerous levels. Chemical changes in violent people, cortisol signatures. Death energy from past trauma in locations. Predatory energy from planning harmful intent. True story. A therapy dog refused to enter an apartment for 6 weeks. The family ignored it. 3 months later, police found a body hidden in the walls, dead for exactly 6 weeks. When your dog circles wide around someone, freezes at doorways, or backs away slowly, listen. 87% of violent offenders showed this exact dog avoidance pattern before their crimes. Your dog isn't smarter than you. They just process reality through 40 times more smell receptors, including detecting the scent of evil intentions forming. Never force a dog into a space they refuse to enter. They're reading something you can't. Some prayers aren't answered with words. They're answered with paw prints. Because when I was at my lowest, when I couldn't feel God's voice and no human could reach me, He didn't send a person. He sent a dog, not a preacher, not a healer, just a soul with fur, a heart full of silence, and eyes that saw right through mine. God whispered, "Where words have failed, let presence speak. Where hands can't reach, let warmth do the healing." Where trust is broken, let loyalty restore it. And so you came. No sermons, no expectations, just presence and love. You didn't ask for anything. You just stayed. Sat beside the shattered version of me until I remembered how to breathe again. In your eyes, I saw the part of myself I'd lost. In your joy, I found pieces of my soul I thought were gone. You didn't fix me. You didn't have to. You reminded me I was still worth showing up for. And now I know, not all angels have wings. Some arrive with fur and stay just long enough to lead us back into the light. There's a kind of love this world doesn't talk about enough. It's not romantic. It's not flashy. It's quiet, steady, fierce. It's the love of a dog who sits with you in the dark when no one else even notices you're missing. The one who doesn't ask what's wrong, because she already knows. The one who doesn't need you to be okay. She just needs to be near you. She hears your silence, feels your heartbreak, and chooses to stay, without judgment, without leaving, without conditions. Depression is a lonely place. It makes you believe no one cares, no one sees you, that you're too much, or maybe not enough. But then there she is, her head on your knee, her eyes looking up like you're her whole world, like you matter, like you still exist. She doesn't care about your job, your bank account, or your past. She's not keeping score. She just loves you, completely, endlessly now. And somehow, that saves you. So yes, my dog saved my life. Not with grand gestures, but by staying when I had no one. By loving me exactly when I forgot how to love myself. And maybe that's what real love looks like after all. They say, thank you, God, for dogs. But I think sometimes God sent them because he knew people would fail us. Because people leave. People lie. People get tired of you, bored of your sadness, annoyed by your silence. But dogs don't care if you're broken. They lay beside your damage like it's their favorite place to be. They don't need you to be happy, or strong, or healed. They just need you to be there. They see you cry, and they don't ask you to stop. They just press their body against yours like they can carry some of the weight if they stay close enough. They don't punish, don't threaten, don't keep score. They love you on your worst day with the same joy as your best. They don't know how to fake it. They don't know how to leave. All they know is stay. And when they're gone, you don't just miss them. You miss the version of yourself that felt safe in their presence. You miss the silence that didn't feel empty. So yeah, thank you, God, for dogs. But also, thank you for sending something to remind us what love is supposed to feel like. Because sometimes, that dog is the only proof we ever had that we were lovable at all.